They call it the reef demon, a creature most Americans would never dare touch. With a body that can stretch over 10 feet and jaws powerful enough to crush shells, the giant moray eel looks more like a monster than a meal. Divers know it for ambush attacks in the dark, while chefs in Hawaii whisper about its rich flavor and rare nutrients. And here's the twist. One of these eels can sell for up to $800, turning fear into fortune. But could this terrifying predator also be one of America's healthiest superfoods? Welcome to Now Discover. Subscribe and stay with us as we uncover the untold story in this $800 Reef Demon might be America's healthiest seafood vertical bar fishing documentary. Beneath the waves, fear takes form. The giant moray eel hides in reefs and rocky caves, waiting for anything unlucky enough to swim too close. Its body can reach more than 3 meters, thick as a man's arm, patterned like camouflage. For many Americans, even the sight is enough to shiver. But the real terror is in its mouth. Morays possess not just one set of jaws, but two. When the outer teeth sink into prey, a second set called pharyngeal jaws shoots forward from deep inside the throat, dragging food inward with a motion so fast it feels alien. National Geographic once compared it to a scene from science fiction, and divers agree. Nothing else in the ocean attacks quite like this. Add to that a bite strong enough to crush crab shells over asterisk 150 newtons of force measured in one species. And you understand why even experienced divers keep their distance. Some estimates place larger moray bites at hundreds of pounds per square inch, rivaling the jaws of other apex predators. This is why the moray eel has earned its nickname, Reef Demon. Its sudden lunges, dagger-like teeth, and double jaws create a reputation of menace. For most Americans, the instinct is simple: turn away, stay safe, and never, ever think about eating it. Yet there are those who dive straight into the darkness, willing to face the eel on its own terms. Hunting a giant moray is not like casting a net for tuna. It is closer to combat. Divers descend with flashlights, spears, and heavy gloves, searching crevices where shadows move. When they find the eel, the battle begins. The hunter must strike cleanly and quickly. Miss, and the eel retreats into rock. Hesitate, and its jaws might lash out. One puncture wound can bleed badly, and cases of infection from eel bites are well documented. In one emergency report, a single bite tore deep enough to require stitches and antibiotics. The risk is real. Some fishermen prefer traps, long tubes lowered to the reef, where eels slip inside to hide. It is safer, but far slower. Traps can sit for days before success, and many come up empty. Patience becomes the price of safety. Others gamble with spearfishing, knowing the reward could be far greater. In the markets, a rare Japanese dragon moray, its skin orange and black like fire, has been listed for over $1,500. Even ordinary species fetch hundreds, either for aquariums or, in rare cases, the dining table. On the deck of a small boat, a captured eel thrashes, twisting with raw muscle. Fishermen move carefully, pinning its head, sliding it into holding tanks. One wrong grip, and those jaws snap shut again. To outsiders, it seems insane, risking blood and danger for a creature most people wouldn't even want to touch. But here lies the paradox: what terrifies some can enrich others. So why pursue the reef demon at all? The answer is a mixture of rarity, culture, and unexpected value. In Hawaii, moray eels have appeared in local dishes for generations, often smoked or grilled over open flame. Chefs describe the meat as firm, with a smoky depth unlike common fish. In Florida, a handful of specialty restaurants serve it as a delicacy, targeting adventurous diners. But it is not just about taste. Scientists studying marine resources have found that eel skin and flesh contain collagen, a protein crucial for skin and bone health. Research shows collagen from eels can be extracted at yields of around 12–16% using modern methods, with promising biocompatibility. In simpler terms, what looks monstrous may actually hold compounds the human body can absorb more effectively than collagen from land animals. That potential places moray eels into conversations about superfood, seafood. Collagen supplements are a billion-dollar industry, and the eel, ugly, feared, avoided quietly, carries the very substance millions of Americans buy in capsules and powders. On the pet side, the trade is just as surprising. Collectors pay anywhere from $300 to $800 for a single live eel, prized for its colors and dramatic presence in aquariums. The rarest, like the dragon moray, command price tags higher than some purebred dogs. So the reef demon becomes a paradox, a predator feared by divers yet cherished by collectors, a monster avoided by most Americans yet celebrated by chefs and nutritionists in niche corners.
Look out!
The very features that make it frightening, its strength, resilience, unusual skin, are also what make it valuable. Fear becomes fortune. And in the right kitchen, fortune becomes flavor. And now comes the question, what do we do with this knowledge? On one hand, the giant moray remains terrifying. Its double jaws, sharp teeth, and unpredictable nature mean it is never truly safe. Divers respect it, fishermen risk injury for it, and most Americans reject it outright. On the other hand, science and cuisine tell another story. Its collagen content may support health. Its flavor, when properly prepared, has been praised as rich and satisfying. Its price on the market proves that some are willing to pay dearly for what others fear. So which side should America choose? Should we continue to recoil at the sight of the reef demon, or begin to see it as an untapped delicacy, perhaps even one of the healthiest seafoods on the continent? In the end, the moray eel represents more than just a strange fish. It represents the tension between fear and curiosity, between disgust and discovery. To eat or not to eat is no longer just a question of taste, it is a question of perspective. Would you dare to try a bite of the $800 reef demon? Or would you keep your distance, letting fear win the argument? Either way, this debate is just beginning, and we will be here to follow it wherever it leads. So don't miss what's next. Subscribe now to Now Discover, because the ocean still hides creatures that can shock, terrify, and maybe even heal. Join us for more untold stories in this $800 Reef Demon might be America's healthiest seafood fishing documentary.